show. You're watching Seeing the Unseen with Christopher LaPrath. My name's Kenan, I'm the producer. Tonight, the title is Letting, well, Give It Up. I was going to say let it go, but I have a quick little spiel. Before I get to that, I have a quick piece of housekeeping, which is just that for anyone who's out there joining us for the very first time, be sure to say something in the chat so I know you're here. The first time there's no charge for reading, just be sure to say something so I know you're here, put you in line, gets everybody in order. It's a great show. I'm sure you all know. So either way, be sure to say something. Otherwise, I don't know you're here in the chat. Now, before I turn it over to Christopher for the evening for the readings, I had a quick thought that came through, which is just that letting go of what no longer serves us can be an easy or a challenging process depending on experience. And to find what's actually helpful, we need to try a variety of options until we find what works best for us as individuals. Remembering to give ourselves love first and foremost, of course, is the best advice I can give to be helpful at this time. So, thanks so much for listening. Enjoy the show. Here's Christopher.
Hey, blessed Sunday night. I'm lighting the special incense from the Rinpoche. It's the very last of the last, so it is quite sacred. Again, this was the teacher to the Dalai Lama. And I send this energy out to you to really help you simply let go. Let go of worry. What is that? How does that help you? How does worry change really anything other than draw more things for you to worry about? It's kind of a prayer to the universe. Hey, I'm worrying. Give me more worry. Give me more things to worry about. This is about let it go. Simply let it go. How things work out, it's a mystery. We're very limited in our understanding of how the universe works, even how we work. We only know maybe 5% of even the ocean, of what's in it. So let it go, okay? So great blessings to you. Surrender, give it up. Just simply give it up. And I'll explain that's the group card tonight. It's called the group card is called the Hanged Man. People, when they see that, they go, ooh, well, that's not good. Actually, what this is about is that victory, success, whether it's in business, whether it's in love, relationships, it is achieved in a manner opposite of what you expect the manner should be. It's the upside down. It's where things don't work out like you think they should, but somehow they work out. And so instead of forcing something, instead of creating restrictions on yourself, salvation is attained through a passive means. Being free of the need to have it work out a certain way or have it be a certain person. A woman texted me the other day and she goes, are Fred and I going to get back together? So it's kind of like Kenan works in cybersecurity. So if he's on the phone with somebody, he goes, now just press any key. And the woman goes, I don't see the any key. No, press any key. There is no any key. this was an example of a woman wanting to force a relationship. And I just simply, rather than say yes or no, I just said, this guy is buried. He is absolutely inundated with stress and life. He basically has no room for himself, let alone room for anyone else. And she texted back about an hour later and she goes, yep, you're right. But sometimes we just simply need a reminder, which is fine. It's good. But it's also about trusting your gut, but letting it go. So I said, it's not a solid no, but this is going to take at least a year for him to get back on the bicycle of life. And so the fact that she had to ask that question, she kind of knew what the answer was going to be. Because if she had to ask the question, there was a doubt in her mind. So it was a reminder for her to just simply let it go. Let it go and be free of forcing anything. All right, my dear Laurel, you're up first. Am I correct?
You got it.
What a psychic. Okay. I love this. I just love it. It's this show. I'll be able to tell you little bits and pieces as the months go on, but the show that I went to in LA was really, truly, truly miraculous. So, Laurel, speaking of miraculous, this is like breaking your favorite cup, which Kenan did not do. He didn't do that 2 days ago. Nope. Okay, yes, he did. And Laurel, it was a Texas Cup. But anyway, oh my God, I just realized this. This is no accident, Kenan. So he accidentally broke this Texas Cup. And immediately I was thinking, I get to, yeah, I'm going to get a new cup. Also, dishes breaking is a symbol of things clearing for you. And it was a Texas Cup. Oh my God. That is too funny, Laurel. I just put that together. I'm like, why was it the Texas Cup? And here I am reading, I pulled a card and it's all about broken dishes. It's called The Disappointment. So this is kind of like the Hanged Man, Laurel, where you thought things were going to work out in a relationship and then they didn't. But then if you look back on it now, months later, you realized it opened you up for opportunities that may not have happened had you stayed in that relationship. If you don't love it, if you don't absolutely love it, get rid of it. Literally go spend some money on the dishes that you really love. Because you're needing to change up the energy, and you can do it really simply. So you're decorating your home right now so I can love it. So that's really important for you. Get rid of any dishes that you had with this partner. I don't know why this is real. I've never quite seen this before, so it's a little odd for me. But Laurel, you do live on the corner of odd and strange. I love it. Because I'm kind of your next door neighbor. But there's something about this new energy that needs to come in from these dishes. It's like they've held. So I don't know if they're like the old dishes are ceramic or but they're holding a certain vibration. Oh my God, I've never seen this before. They're literally holding a certain frequency or vibration. So I'm going to talk to everybody on the show tonight. Like, this is really important. And actually, I may go personally shopping for dishes tomorrow. There's a certain vibration or energy that they're holding that will change things up if you go get some new dishes. There's not so fond memories with the items that are here right now. So you are getting rid of them. You're not trying. You are getting rid of them. You've got your friend that has passed, that is had really, really great taste when he was here, and he's definitely helping you. You've got to have more pink. You got to have more pink. You got to have more butterflies. And if they're pink butterflies, that's even better. Oh my God. We have to talk. This is so great. It's such a great card. Okay, and then we've got my dear Marilyn. Well, we've got all the D cards tonight. Delusion. Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might, have the wish I wish tonight. And then you make it so. So this is giving up any and all delusions. Oh, by the way, happy birthday, Larry. Marilyn's husband, Larry, it was his birthday yesterday. So this is a gift for you. Speak to your, I know this sounds odd, Marilyn, but it's not going to be any more odd than I just read for Laurel. But tell your crystals to remove all delusion. It's like an old vibration. It's like an old energy. And anything that is haunting you from the past, that's a delusion. It's like an energy from the past. Of other people's expectations, or no, other people's belief systems. That's all going to, watch what happens this week. That's all going to flush. The delusion leaves, and they begin to see truth. So they're not projecting delusion at you. It's not about you. It's about how they were fooled. or they were fools. All right, I don't know what this is, but look up spirit animal fox. There's something with a red fox with you. That just popped in. Can you look up the meaning of fox? Yeah, Kennan's going to look it up. Something with a red fox. Because the reason it popped in is it's for you, Marilyn, but it's for all of us on the show. So it's important. So the red fox, with his bushy tail and piercing gaze, it's associated with magic, trickery, and transformation, making it a popular subject in legends, myths, and fairy tales. So there's an odd magic. And there's an odd transformation going on here with all of us. It's like, it's very synchronistic. So I'll give you a quick example. We got about 100 miles down the road. Maybe I shared this with you last week. We were driving to LA, and Kenan was going to drive, but then he realized about 100 miles down the road, he forgot his glasses, which he needs to drive. So no big deal. It was fine. I drove. But on the way back, we stopped in Quartzsite, Arizona, which is known for Maryland Pitts. If we take you there, we will never find you. It's the rock capital of the world, where these vendors come in from all over the world with all these gems, all these rocks, amazing stuff. And anyway, it's just, you can literally spend days and days there. Sometimes it's as far as you can see. The vendors it takes you days to walk it. Anyway, he found a little piece of turquoise just in the driveway. So he took it. We got back in the truck to drive back to Phoenix, and he dropped it. So the next rest stop, he went to go find the turquoise, and his glasses were under the seat. We were speechless because he knew he'd left the glasses at home on his hat. He knew where they were, but there they were underneath the seat, which is not where you would normally put glasses anyway. My point of telling you all this story is you're going to have more and more odd things that happen like that. That's the magic. That's the transformation. So all I'm going to say is just wait. When you feel hung up, just wait. That's that group card. That's the hangman. Please, just wait. Okay. Then we've got
So,
Marilyn and Abby. Okay, my dears. Well, at least we're moving up in the alphabet. We're to the C card, Marilyn, which is the confusion. When you are when you're sleeping and then you wake up, it's kind of that in between time where have you ever like woken up going, wait a minute, where am I? What time is it? Did I oversleep? And you're in that kind of confusion stage, and then you wake up. What's happening, Marilyn, is these States of confusion come between transitions. So let me do my best to explain this, and this is really for all of us. When you're doing some deep spiritual work, you move from what you believe, or let's say the material world, into kind of a spiritual world. And in between, there can literally be this kind of confusion. The kind of that same confusion when you wake up. It's like, where am I? What is happening here? The gal that I read for today, I kind of remember her from the show, but the reason she booked with me out of literally 1,000 vendors that were there is she said, "You did something." And I went, "I did something?" Okay, great. But when you're moving in between this, you're developing a skill here, and it's not that confusion is bad. It's just that the confusion that you're experiencing is you're going in between worlds. Like when I'm doing a reading, for me it's kind of natural. I feel like a confused state is kind of natural for me. It's like, why am I saying this? I don't know. But if I get into the left brain of it, then it gets really confusing. This is moving out of the left brain and just saying it, just doing it. It may not make any sense at all. The gal that I read for today, her grandmother came through and was talking about her wearing red. She goes, "Oh my God, my entire closet is red." And I didn't like, it didn't make any logical sense to me. So if you're wanting to say illogical things, go ahead and say it. You're being directed. Be free of trying to define it. Okay, Abby. Well, we moved over to L. Love is the absolute vibratory force in the universe. It is what changes people. It is what people sense. In your work, Abby, whatever it is that you do. So everyone's on the show tonight, and this is for you, Abby. In your people love your wreaths, and it's going to go very, very well. Keep doing it, but imbue more love into the wreath. Actually pray over them in a very loving way. Lana, when you're having your property, when you get a property, go pray. Give the land love. Give the buyers love. If you're in real estate, if whatever it is that you're doing, whatever kind of work that you're doing, Lindsay, give it love. And you cannot give love without getting love. And then you begin to really love what it is that you're doing and understand better of why you're doing it. In a very profound way. Okay. And then we've got Lanny. Okay. I'm glad you got the sound back. All right, my dear. So it's the courage card. And I'm sorry I'm pausing so long, but the sound did not go out. There's a lot here with this one. So it's going back to letting things go. I was reading an article years ago about Frank Sinatra, who was performing in Vegas, and there was a fan waiting for him out by the limo where he was getting into the limo, and she came up to him and just begged for him, that her husband was dying, and she begged for an autograph for her husband. And so he absolutely gave her the autograph, and then he took off his cufflinks and gave her the cufflinks to give to her husband. And he gets in the car, and the guy, his best friend, goes, "Frank, you've had those cufflinks for 40 years. Those are your favorite cufflinks. Why did you give them away?" He goes, "Well, I'm just renting them anyway." The guy goes, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Everything we have, we're all just renting." And so this is your ability to bequeath that to your grandchildren, courage. And you've done that. You've done that by the way you've lived your life, but really, please tell some stories. Record them. You don't have to write them down. Just start talking. When you're home alone, turn on your recorder and just start telling stories. And this will give your children, your great-grandchildren, your great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren stories. This is important, Lana. I don't know why it's coming across. It took me this while to synthesize this. But for every one of us that have children, why not start recording some of these stories? It's extremely important. So, John, Sonia, Lindsay, Austin, Tiff, Laurel, Marilyn, record some of these stories. Marilyn and Abby. It's going to help many, many, many people down through the centuries. I mean centuries. Okay. And then we've got, hey John, hey Sonia. All right, my friend John. Number one, get a trust. I hope you have a trust. Not that anything is going to happen. That's not what I mean. But for both, since John and Sonia are on the same line, I'm looking at both of you here. Get a trust. I'm going to talk about a trust for both of you. Just for your peace of mind. That it's very clear and very precise. So this woman I read for, it came up that the family was in absolute chaos because the grandmother had died. And they were, it's the same old story. They were fighting over everything. When we pass, you want to be able to have things go like butter, right? Because number one, we all want to have a great, smooth transition. But we also want to be free of leaving behind any turmoil. And getting this trust is really important. And then, John, beam trust. Send trust to your friend that is evolving. Absolutely, you have no doubt, that your folks are still around in this other realm. Your dad even fixed your refrigerator while he was on the other side, which is an incredible feat. And I think some of you know the story that's on the show tonight. But this is for you, sending trust, like through your heart, despite the distance. Trust that he's going to be okay, and that he knows that he's going to be okay. And that he will have assurances that he's going to be okay. So when my brother passed, or before my brother passed, a couple of weeks before he passed, he called me and said that our grandfather had been to visit him. He knew, and he wanted to call me and tell me that he saw Grandpa. And I said, well, Chuck, what do you think that means? And my brother said, I don't have very long, so I wanted to call and tell you while I'm lucid that I love you and that I'll see you on the other side. It's that kind of trust, John. Okay? All right, Sonia. Universe, so Sonia, this is a great mantra. Universe, show me now what I'm not seeing yet. Show me now. Give me a bigger picture here. Give me a bigger picture. Give it to me. Demand it. Anywhere where you have a narrow vision of how things should be or have to be, are you willing to expand? Because it's constricting you. There's a constriction there, and this is it's like social mores or social or what will people think, or I want to be viewed as a good person. It's like breaking out of that and taking care of you first. And how is it that you can expand that in order to take care of you first? And allow people instead of creating forceful restrictions on yourself or how you think things have to be. Salvation is achieved through passive surrender. That was our group card tonight. This is the narrowness card in how can I think bigger? How can I think wider? How can I think more dimensionally? Like, why is this happening? It will give you more of a peace of mind. And again, that trust card is really important for you. Not just a literal trust, but it's like trusting the flow of the universe. It is going to work out. But take care of you first. Okay, Lindsay. Priestess card. You are many times your best oracle. So if you've all maybe heard of the Oracle of Delphi, people would travel in Greece to this place called Delphi to have an audience with the oracle. this is you trusting your gut. And this is the moon over this person's head. It's the moon is very symbolic of psychic knowing, psychic ability. Rather than focus on, let's say, I really want to leave this job, focus on the feeling of what it would feel like to be doing the work, your dharma, your life path. Not that your job isn't your life path right now, because it is, but what would it feel like? Focus on what it would feel like and how it would feel to do something that you really, really want, and be a little bit more specific about it. And down to how much money you would want to make, what your day would look like, how that would feel. Go with the feeling and let your head crack open. Like this is letting go of the trying to figure it out. This is the head cracking and the moon, the intuition taking over. And it's like leaving the place that you're at and looking back on it with kind of fondness or good memories. Just like people go to visit ruins. Ken, we were talking the other day, Ken goes back to he drove past his old job and remembered what that was like and was really grateful that he wasn't there, because then it made him appreciate where he was now. So the universe has got you. Look up the angel Gabriel, Lindsay, because there's something with Gabriel around you right now. Okay, and then we've got Austin. So the death card is big change. Big change. Scary, but good change. Scary, but you'll be fine. Death is, when the card comes up, as we've talked about before, it's not really about a literal death, but it's, so there are religions out there that practice abandonment. So if you leave the religion, they never talk to you again. So it prevents people from ever leaving the religion because they're afraid of being abandoned. They would rather die than be abandoned. So they practice in it, and then it keeps people in a loop where they're constantly like repenting and saying they're sorry, and then anyway. And then there are people that lose loved ones, lose parents, lose spouses, and they're literally unable to move on past it. I have at least one client like that. Parent died quite a while ago, and they're like looping in it. Now, it's not wrong or bad, but it prevents you from moving on. That's one thing I love about you, Lana, is Harley was the love of your life, and your courage, that's one of the great stories. that you can pass on because of the spiritual experiences you've had, and that gives you courage. So, Austin, you are braver than you think. You're going to be fine. You're braver than you think. You're going to be fine. But you're passing through this change. You're going to be good. All right, Tiff. Oh, what a great card to end on for the group. Fulfillment. This is the goal line. This is like, this is achievement. This is moving past. So in any race, have you ever seen any racer just stop at the goal, go, okay, I won, and stand and doing the victory dance on the goal line? No, they keep running past it. This is you moving past that finish line, and just getting your breath. This is a time to regain your energy, to regain your breath, to... This is a beautiful card. This is the fulfillment. It's the rejoicing card. This is a celebration, anniversary, birthday, party. Yeah, it's... You know what? It's really fun to do, Tiff. I don't know why this is important, but your daughter's coming through and talking about, you know how at a football game or a game where they have those paper symbols, like they'll have the team logo, and then all the players burst through it, right? Your daughter's talking about that, with doing that with her kids, like having them celebrate something. It's like celebrating a victory, but actually, getting some of that, I don't know, like butcher paper, right? You can get wide, long butcher paper and kind of do that as a game. I don't know why the paper is so important, but it's kind of a game to do with them. To acknowledge their accomplishments. Or even just celebrate who they are. So I don't know what this is. I don't know, but it feels like kind of a celebration, like a birthday or a memorial or something that's coming up that she's talking about doing. And just even celebrate how great you have done, what you've accomplished with your doctorate, with helping people that you've helped with, and you're going to be moving more into doing that in a greater degree. And it'll come in an unexpected way. So really be open to it. Okay. And Mindy's here? Oh, hey, Mindy. Okay. So Melinda, go for a massage. You're needing to work out physiologically things that have lodged into your body, like emotions or feelings. Go spend the money on massages. And I mean like one every week. Put the money away, somehow come up. This will happen. Go do it. you're needing some physical release of it's also a way of pampering yourself. Yeah, find a really good massage therapist. Go do it. Highly recommend. It will help you move some of this, any of the oppression out of your body. Okay? Oh, and Archangel Gabriel can help you with any creative projects, but also a powerful ally for any times when you're trying to express yourself more clearly, effectively, or in a way that really lights you up and feels aligned with your soul. Wow. Wow, Lindsay, thank you for sharing that with all of us. So, Gabriel, go to Lindsay first, but hey, we're on the list here too. Thank you, Gabriel. Let's do this again tomorrow night. Love you all very much. If you have any questions, text or call me. Take care.